Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pacetti Homestead. Today we are going over beehive tools. These are 3 tools that we use almost every time we're in the beehive. If you want to know how to use a smoker, another very important tool, check out our earlier video on how to start a smoker where we discussed everything bee smoker related. But for this video, these are the tools you use when you get into the hive, okay? Now Jessica, she is here. She is our camera woman. She's behind the camera, so she'll be running. If it's a little wobbly, you know what the reason is. So anyway, when we get into our hive, come on Jessica, come on up. We're gonna open that hive up. We see all our frames. You wanna get into those frames to know what's going on with your bees. One tool you will use is this one. It has this hook on it. It has a flat end. Sometimes that's very sharp. To get those frames up, you're gonna put this in here. You're gonna twist and that lifts the frame up. You can hold that with your finger. And then you're gonna lift over here on the other side. That's gonna get that loose. These will be waxed in usually, so you might have to use a little force to pry that up. Once that's up, you can use your fingers if you wish, pull the frame up. Pretty simple. If you don't wanna use your finger, if you're uncomfortable doing that, or if you wanna do something with the frame, you may wanna use these clamps. These clamps are pretty easy. It allows you to grab the frame with one hand, lift that frame up. You can check that, rotate it, look at it. Leaves your other hand free to do whatever you need to with that other hand. But that's how you're going to use these two tools to check your frames out. Now, you want to get into the box underneath. This is the super. This is where your honey collection is. You check that out. But you want to get underneath to see if that queen's still laying a good amount of eggs. See if you see good activity in there, nothing going wrong. This box on top is usually going to be sealed in and it might be stuck. You'll be lifting, you'll be pulling. You can't get that box up. So we're going to use this tool right here. This has a very sharp end. Sometimes this tool, this end is sharp as well, but for this one, this is our sharpest edge, so we're going to use this one. That is going to be able to get into that spot between the hive, and you can pry that box open, just get that loose. You won't damage the box that way. Get that box loose, and then you can lift that box up, check inside your hive, see what's going on. Another use for this tool is when you open this hive, sometimes the bees will start putting a whole bunch of wax, a whole bunch of honeycomb on top of this. You don't necessarily want that. They will put that on to the point where it holds the lid down like cement. So this sharp edge, this is great for scraping off. You're going to scrape off all that excess honeycomb, all that excess wax, keep those frames nice and clean, makes it much easier to work. So these are the 3 tools we went over today. These are almost in every beekeeper's pack or their bag when they go out to their beehive. We use these every week. So thank you so much for joining us today. Keep following our channel. If you haven't, please subscribe to follow us. Thanks for joining us at the Pacetti Homestead.